Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes Week 11 PLL Power Rankings. Of course, the Premier Lacrosse League. I am the Brofect One AJ. Thank you for joining me today. After an epic weekend of lacrosse, we do have another Power Rankings as we start to wind down closer to playoffs coming in. Playoff picture is starting to look a lot hotter, and of course, so are the Power Rankings. Just for everyone's reference, last week's Power Rankings, you had the Whip Snakes at 1, Water Dogs at 2, Atlas at 3, Archers at 4, the Redwoods at 5, Chrome at 6, and the Chaos at 7. Still feel good about those. Still appreciate those power rankings. I still think I was right. This weekend was a big favorites weekend in lacrosse. A lot of teams covering, a lot of teams not getting blown out, and I think we're really starting to see which teams are legit and which teams aren't legit. And so with that being said, we might as well just go ahead and jump right into Week 11 power rankings. Here we go. Number 8, of course, is going to be the Cannons, losing 9-11 to the Chrome. Just not looking good. Still a piece of shit team that really can't figure it out. It sucks to suck, but you are the bottom of the barrel. Still at number 7, you do have the Chaos as they take a loss to the Archers, 8-11. Archers just... They're too much tempo for the Chaos. They couldn't keep up. They really seem like they've packed it in this season and called it quits. We'll see if in the last couple weeks they can figure it out, but not looking too optimistic for the Chaos after taking that loss to the Archer. And this is where, and after number 6, we do have the Chrome at number 6, picking up that win against the Cannons, like I said, but a couple bottom-tier teams, not a big enough win for me to move the Chrome up. And that's where the similarities stop from last week. We do have a lot of movement in the top 5, and here we go. Number 5, well-deserved. The Water Dogs. Water Dogs losing to the Redwoods 14-12. Just, they didn't have it in them this week. No, they did not have the dog mentality that we have grown to love about the Water Dogs. They couldn't get it done on the court, on the field, and it just showed a lot of their weakness in their game. Defense didn't look too hot. The goaltending was fine as it was a very close game, but just needed a little bit more effort. The dog mentality seems to maybe have worn off a little bit for the Water Dogs. And of course, we're going to go next to number 4, and that would be the Atlas. Atlas taking a big loss this weekend. Now, don't get me wrong, Atlas are still one of the better teams, but they have taken the last 2 losses and haven't looked good in them at all, losing 16-8 to the Whip Snakes. Just a terrible performance by the Atlas. It really looked like they just weren't home, didn't know what to do. The Whip Snakes with their biggest win to date for the season, covering for the 3rd week in a row. Might need to start hopping on that. Wait until Degenerate Bets for Lacrosse Week 11 coming later this week. Number 3 might shock some people, but I think it's well-deserved. That would be the Redwoods. Redwoods on a hot streak right now, looking really good, playing solid lacrosse, and I've been enjoying them. Been enjoying the way they played, and I think they are, slowly moving themselves into position to maybe make that last playoff spot, maybe get in there to the top 4, but in standings and everything, but that's why they're at number 3 for my power rankings. I really enjoy the work they're doing, and they're showing up and showing out and really putting in the effort these last couple weeks. Number 2, after being at number 4 for, I believe, longer than any team has been at 1, we got the Archers finally at number 2 after their 14-12 win, after their 11-8 win over the Chrome. The Archers just looked so good. This is the lacrosse team that we've come to know and love. A team that takes a lot of shots, a team that really develops plays on the offensive side and knows how to get those mismatches that they like. Really enjoy what the Archers have been doing. Shout out, congratulations for going to number 2. Biggest jump that we've seen for the Archers, and that, of course, leads us to number 1 being the Whip Snakes. Whip Snakes just absolutely putting on a clinic in their 16-8 win over the Atlas. What can we say about the Whip Snakes that hasn't been said already? They are the team to beat. They are number 1 in our hearts on the field. They are just so unstoppable and unbelievable that, it's really their season to lose at this point. It really is. So we'll see if they can come out and continue to play strong into the playoffs. But that is going to be my power rankings for the week. We'll go over them one more time. The whole thing, you got the Whip Snakes at 1, Archers at 2, Redwoods at 3, Atlas at 4, Water Dogs at 5, Chrome at 6, Chaos at 7, and of course the Cannons at 8. I say of course because they cannot figure dick out. I swear to God, if you asked them to throw a lacrosse ball at the broadside of a barn, it would hit their neighbor's house somehow. That's 10 miles away. That's how bad they've been playing. Can't stand them. But hey, it's a rebuilding year. What the fuck you want me to say? It's just not looking good. But with that being said, I've been the Brofict One AJ. Thanks for listening and watching. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. Help us grow the channel and stay up to date with all of our PLL content. And of course, follow me on the Twitter at Brofict1, the show at DegenTakes. Follow us on TikTok at Degenerate Takes 69. And hey, we have merch now. That's right. You want a dope hat just like this one? You go ahead, you check out that description down below, and we'll have it there for you. Take a look, help support the show. We would appreciate it. Now, with that being said, I guess lacrosse is coming to an end. We're getting ready to go into playoffs as August starts to wind down. So we're gearing to get ready, and it's going to be a good time. I've been the Brofict One AJ, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.